Hey everybody, how are we today? Oh wow, already? What the? Oh, Space Nerd! Welcome, I know you said you'd try to be here. Well, it has been a while, hasn't it? Thank you for the donation, Space Nerd, wow. Gosh, I don't know what to think when people donate to me. Well, thank you for at least giving me some... Just a little bit of love. I appreciate it. Yeah, it has been a while. When were you here last? I can't remember when that was. But at any rate, hey everybody else. Hey Poncho, hey Geometric, hey Top Hat Jack, hey Riolani, hey Orion. How are we all today? I've been alright. I haven't done much with this. But, I plan on making this somewhat more interesting. I don't know. Not affecting the people. You say that every time, Ani. Like, seriously. That shit scared me back then, because, like, I thought Papa was legitimately capable of doing that. And then I heard about Cameron and, Omalimix, who very foolishly ran code that they didn't make. And then I realized, oh, Pop-Ob's only a threat if you're an idiot. Never mind. So yeah, that's how I learned that lesson. So yeah, no, nobody's going to be infecting any PCs, don't worry. Oh, Ryan! Fortnite, thank you for the donation, man. Wow, what even? People have been just so generous lately, like, I don't know what to think. That's weird. Hope I'm doing good, deserve the super chat. Well, thank you so much, Orion. I'm, doing the usual, honestly. There's nothing that's really been going on. Like, for the last few days, I've been off work due to the holidays, and, oh, that reminds me, this is, the Memorial Day holiday for those of you who are not in America. So you may not understand what exactly the holiday is in reference to. Memorial Day is just to commemorate the those in the military who've, you know, died in the line of duty and things of that nature. So I got Friday and today off. And I only work Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays anyway, so like it's been a long weekend, and I've been very confused as to how to spend it. But, you know, I've been killing time here and there, doing fun things, getting some stuff worked on. I don't really know how else to put it, but yeah. Because it gave me the cold sweats. Oh, yeah, that too. Yeah, that line from Pop Bob did give me a bit of a cold sweat, but I'm glad it's not, like, super pressing like it used to be. Because, like, back then, Pop Bob and others were genuine unknowns to me. So, like, I didn't know what to expect. I was too new then. Poncho Hamster. I mean, you got me down to a T. You have cracked the code. I genuinely don't know what to think when people donate to me. I really don't. But I do want to, like, try to sound grateful and be, you know, appreciative of everybody who showed up to, like, give me any bit of support. Even if it's just, like, with Morbid Rain and a few others who can only just stop by, drop a like, and then they have to go on about their lives. And, you know, I understand. Things get so hectic these days, but hopefully we'll see, you know, some things will calm down. Maybe, who knows. But at any rate, what is Memorial Day? I already said that, man. It's just an American holiday to commemorate those in the military who've given their lives for our country, and to, you know, remember the people who fought and died in many cases for the cause of American freedom. Some people don't agree with that, Some people don't like that. Whether you like it or not, whether you agree with it or not, those people still died. It would be incredibly rude not to try to, you know, commemorate them. To say, oh, well, you died, so, you know, fuck you, your life and death didn't mean anything to me. Like, that's just... That's not very cool, you know? There are people who think that, though. But, those types have, a lot of personal baggage they should probably heavily consider getting rid of. But at any rate, similar to Anzac Day, yeah, I guess. I've never heard of that holiday, but yeah, I guess so. Veterans Day in November is another similar holiday along the same lines. Because, you know, there are people who fought and lived through wars and have given their lives for military service. They may not have died, but they've given up their livelihood or their lives or their time or their part of their body, something like that, in the cause of some military service. And, you know, it's a rough job, but someone has to do it, you know? There's no getting around that. Like, every nation has had to have some form of armed services or some form of someone willing to give their life to make sure that the nation goes on. I know I couldn't do it. That is just... I'm not built that way, you know? But hey, some people are. It just is what it is. Anyway. Oh, hey, Diluted Water, how are you? Were ever concerned to use Vapid? No, not really. Vapid was given to me by Pyro in trust, whereas Pop Bob gave InHack to Omal and all the others. He gave that to them simply because they asked for it. And, like, they didn't stop to think about that. Pyro gave me Vapid basically at a time where it was... like, it wouldn't have done anything. You know, nothing that I would have been at would have been compromised because Pyro was either already a part of it or he already knew about it or he didn't care. That's the thing. Pyro never used that to his advantage. He probably could have blackmailed and or, like, griefed everything. Oh, hey, Ellie. I didn't know you were there. But yeah, Pyro probably could have just absolutely ruined me on multiple occasions, and he never did. That's the thing, like, he had opportunities galore. Even when he and Tristan had backdoored the server in late 2013, like, that could have been the early 2016 instead of then. Or it could have been then instead of early 2016, I mean. But they didn't. You know, that was proof that, like, Pyro could have been worse than anyone ever, and he chose not to. I have to respect him for that. I could have lost everything in 2013 without even knowing, simply because Pyro would have, and Tristan would have had basically an unquestionable advantage. If only for like a few days. They still had it. And Pyro very much kept everything in check. So, like, yeah, that's admirable. Like, you should definitely be grateful to people who show restraint when they could easily just ruin your day. Let's see here. That's 3, 4, that's 7, that's 10? Am I counting that right? Yeah, that's 10 blocks long. Okay. So yeah, people who show restraint when they could otherwise annihilate you, you know, that's respectable. There's a I don't want to say a camaraderie, but there's a kindness to that where you could just BTFO someone when you have the opportunity and the power, but you choose to hold back because you don't actually intend to ruin them, you know? You don't have to, in other words. You could, but you don't have to. Showing restraint to those who are not on your level is, for the most part, it's an admirable trait. Showing mercy and kindness to those who have not really done anything bad or wrong to you. You know, that's really kind of what separated the nerds from people like Pyro. Because, like, I don't recall any bases being griefed from 2013 when they had their backdoor. I don't think it happened. Maybe it did. And I've just forgotten. But, like, no, there were no major outcries or anything of that nature. It was all very hush-hush, and they at least showed a modicum of restraint, so I don't know. Ellie cameo, yes. Ellie makes a lot of those. However, her fat butt has just taken to laying on her back, and she's like spread out on the floor, just all happy, and she's sleeping. You're asleep. Wake up. She looked up at me like, what do you want? You go back to sleep, baby. It's okay. It's okay. Yeah. It's okay. You want to come pet me? No? Alright. She's had her fill of attention, I guess. I don't know. She doesn't always want attention. Sometimes she is content to just lay down and be quiet. I'm most grateful when she's that way. Oh, hey, Void Shadow, how are you? I just suddenly noticed you were here. Oh. Think Pyro made Tristan refrain? Yes, I know for a fact he did. Because, like, at the time, I didn't get that. But, like, I heard from XCC2 and a bunch of other people over the course of the next few years that Pyro, just in general, had a lot of restraint that he was able to exercise over Tristan. And when he quit, that really kind of damaged that. It just kind of, like, ruined a lot of that, so I don't know. Whoa. Hey, would I be willing to see what it looks like to put, like, white glass panes in between the pillars at the end of the stairs? Alright, yeah. Just regular glass panes like this? Is this what you meant? Diluted water? That's not bad. I might actually go for red instead of white, because I've not incorporated red glass into anything in a little while. Thanks for the idea, diluted water. Diluted water. Let's get some red paint, or red blocks, actually. You meant like that. Or you meant like at the tops of the stairs. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Right there. That's not bad either, honestly. That works too, I guess. Yeah. Well, see, what I like to do is I like to put sea lanterns behind and then have the glass in front. Just because it sort of frames it a little. Yeah, something like that. And it gives it a little bit of depth. Although I could do both. Like, there's nothing stopping me from just doing both. Yeah, that gives it a decent little bit of geometry to it. I like that. Thank you for the idea, diluted water. To my left? To my left where? Oh well. If only the glass was a tiny bit darker red. Well, I mean, I got pink. Or do you mean this? In that case, I could use some red flavored something or another to give it texture. Red concrete powder. I've used redstone blocks before, but I feel like the texture for redstone blocks are just too much. So we got wool and we got concrete powder. That could maybe work, I don't know. Poop. I knew I'd go too high. There we go. Or wait, no, that's too low. I kind of wish there was a command that would, like, let you adhere to the block grid, but, like, in midair. Quartz blocks with, too aggressive, okay. Yeah, send me what you meant later on Discord. I'll, use polished black stone walls. Okay. Polished stone walls. What a mouthful of a name. I don't know, I kind of like the sea lanterns better. Okay. Yeah, that'll work. Something like this, maybe? Oh, yeah, that's right, Riolani. You started a super flat world. So how is the Slime's tower defense game or whatever? Yes, a center block command that centers you in the block you're that would be amazing. That would be an absolute amazing addition. I would love that. And then, yes, these reds are a little bit much. I'm just going to replace all this with sea lanterns. And then surround it with red glass just to see how it looks. But anyway, oh yeah, you forgot about that. Yep. Currently raiding villages to get... Yeah, that's what you have to do in the early game, and I don't like that. Because that means you really can't afford to stay in one place. Because you'll get mogged by slimes. And you're basically stuck trying to find the ideal location and then get all the good stuff you need to really get established. So, like, unless you just decide to roll with whatever you're given right out the gate, you basically have to play Village Raider for a long time. And, you know, that's okay, but, like, running from place to place, hoping you don't get mobbed by slimes and then die halfway through the journey, like, I don't know. It's a very risky thing. I'd love to see hardcore super flat if Somebody hasn't already done that. I'm sure it has been. That sounds like something that someone's already done. White glass in between those. I mean, like how the stairs end at the top of the building. Those individual thin pillars. I'm not 100% certain where you're referring to. Like, these are the only stairs I thought you meant. Unless you mean, like, somewhere up there. But I don't have any stairs up this far. Oh well. Just show me on Discord, like you said. Slimes weren't that hard to avoid. Okay. The Ark. Ah, yeah. Yeah, but there aren't any stairs involved with the Ark. That's just obsidian. It has its own gravity. God, that would be so cool. I've been, lately, I've been looking at various, you know, stellar, just things in the solar system. And just, like, comparing and contrasting their masses. I've, so I don't know if this is terribly impressive or new for anyone. I've been a Final Fantasy fan for a very long time. And one of the really early Final Fantasy games did something really cool. So, actually, I may not copy that part up there. I may just keep that there. Yeah, I like that. I think I may just keep that there. And then I'll copy the pillar over to there. Anyway, one of the early Final Fantasy games, Final Fantasy IV, ended up having a really interesting concept. It was a type of ship. I guess spoilers for the game. Whatever. The main antagonist is from a race of aliens called the Lunarians. The reason they're called the Lunarians is because they came to Earth not directly to interfere, but to, like, study humans. And their spaceship, the Lunarian spaceship, the reason they're called the Lunarians is that their ship is the literal moon. And so that got me thinking for, like, a story. And as well as for practicality. Would space travel using an entire moon be practical? Would that be better than just, like, your standard, you know, space rocket, whatever? Because, like, the thickness of the crust combined with just the sheer durability of it, you wouldn't have to worry if it could move reasonably fast. You wouldn't have to worry about things like, you know, things blowing up your ship or damaging your ship in transit, which is something a lot of science fiction doesn't really address. It just kind of assumes that you can move faster than light and then that everything is okay. But it never really addresses, like, well, what if you hit a rock moving faster than light? Like, that should tear through your ship like a, you know, a brick through paper. And so seeing that in such an old video game, because, like, Final Fantasy IV is a good... Actually, Final Fantasy IV is 30 years old now. I just suddenly realized. That came out in 92. And so for a Final Fantasy game to get something like that, surprisingly accurate. Because, like, the Lunarians had a despot that was trying to rule over Earth. And the main characters thwart him. And it's basically just a Close Encounters of the Third Kind, that's it. That's basically the entire story. And it's really interesting, because, like, a lot of the magic, because Final Fantasy has magic and swords and sorcery and stuff like that, can just sort of be construed as high technology. And it's just, that's not something Final Fantasy really tackled all that well ever since. But like, I would like to see something like that, because the giant moon that is not actually a moon, but is in fact a generation ship, when you get right down to it. That's really cool, and I just don't... That's not an idea that I've seen be used terribly often. And so I started looking at actual, you know, real-world celestial bodies like our moon, and some of the asteroids in the asteroid belt, and even some of the dwarf planets in the outer solar system, just to see which ones would be ideal for doing that with. And as it turns out, that's an incredibly difficult thing to do, because moving a moon, because these are like celestial bodies that have almost gravitational fields of their own. And then that got me thinking, well, what if you made a man-made structure, you know, like Space Valk 3, hint hint, and you made it so incredibly large and massive that it had an effect on its own gravity? Because as far as we know, one of the biggest hurdles to space travel is that we can't generate gravity. You can sort of make an artificial version of gravity, but you can't really, like, make a full-blown, strong gravitational field, because, you know, we just don't have that technology. So I gotta wonder, is that something viable? It would be interesting. Okay. Yeah, I think I'll just keep it like that. And then I kind of want, for where the central pillar will be taking up most of the space, I kind of want some supporting struts of some kind. Something that crisscrosses between them or something. Their moon is an unnatural satellite. No, their moon was real. Their moon was a legitimate moon, but the Lunarians took it over. It never goes into why they were wandering the way they were. I think they were colonists, but it never really states what their exact aim was. They just happened upon an Earth-like planet and they were just observing it, just to see. I don't know why. We don't really know anything about where the Lunarians came from or why. And I don't think there's any official source on what their mission was. But, like, they specifically state that the majority of the Lunarian people are in stasis, deep below the surface of the moon, near their core of the moon. And their moon had a molten core. That's the other thing. If you know anything about natural satellites, most moons do not have molten cores. They're mostly dead. And so they were capable of making their moon, or their ship, which was at one time a moon, they were capable of keeping its core molten. And a lot of... Oh, hey, Geometric. Thank you for the donation, man. Have a good day. You too. Thank you so much for the donation. Seriously. Wow. So many people want to, like... Oh, shit. Want to donate. I just... Man. Thank you for your kindness. Seriously. But anyway, most celestial bodies have their cores kept molten by tidal forces. And a lot of moons don't really get that. So I don't know. It's really interesting. There are other factors that make a moon, you know, or a core molten. Place, water, air. Ooh, Yeah, I'm gonna have to get rid of the excess stuff by hand. Yeah, there's no getting around that. So yeah, it was a really cool game, with a lot of interesting twists and turns you don't really see coming. And to be fair, like, a lot of people criticize Final Fantasy IV for, like, having an out-of-nowhere final villain who's, like, not even slightly hinted at, because, like, the villain you fight throughout the game is not the villain you end up fighting at the end of it all. And a lot of people are all like, well, that's, you know, that's not good enough. And I'm like, I don't know, like, the evil Emperor from Star Wars was very much, like, out of nowhere after a while. People thought for the longest time Darth Vader was just the evilest of evils. But he ended up being a pawn in a much larger scheme. And people kind of accepted that. So I don't know, I can't really, like, say that that was terrible. Like, maybe some aspects of the story or plot could be just a little bit better executed, but overall, like, Final Fantasy IV had a really solid premise and was really interesting. And was like one of the best Final Fantasies for a very long time. Still is one of the best Final Fantasies, if I'm being honest. You'd be hard-pressed to find a better Final Fantasy than 4, 5, and 6. And maybe even 7. Speaking of interesting games, have I heard about the TF2 situation? Yes, I'm not sure what's going to happen with that, with TF2. Are Valve actually addressing it, or is this just, like, people getting mad and then nothing actually coming of it? I just remember hearing that the main game had become so bot-heavy, it was no longer worth playing to most people. I guess when they became Hat Fortress Simulator, that's kind of when, you know, Valve stopped really giving a shit. I don't know. They addressed it. Really, what did they do? Oh. Never mind then, that's not really addressing it, Riolani. Why did I quit 2B2T, CXXIX? It stopped being fun. You're not being rude by asking, don't worry. Yeah, it stopped being fun. Number one, it was stuck on an old, outdated version for so long. And you can only have so much cool stuff going on with an old version of Minecraft for so long before you just get tired of it. That was number one. Number two, there were just, because the stupid thing kept staying on the same version for so long, there was no fix or real permanent stop to the exploits that were coming out. So you have things like no-com, and later on you'd have various things like Boatfly and other game-breaking exploits that are only cool in moderation, but not when they're allowed to run around rampant. And, like, a lot of those things would just be irrelevant if the damn server had just stayed up to date. And for whatever reason, the person currently parading around as Housemaster has seen fit to just priority ban people who said things they don't like, or whatever. It's really silly stuff, like really childish, almost petty stuff that does not need to be worried about. And then that's the other thing, the priority banning, which is now very rampant, almost indiscriminate, and like, it's almost like a form of silencing, you know? There's no official banning, but depriving you of getting in a timely manner is now the next best thing, you know? And it's just like, why? Why spend the money? Why waste the time? Why bother? You're not going to get anything meaningful out of it, because people like Nerds Inc. and all these others will have, you know, supposedly things like no comms are still in place, and so they can still get people's bases, which I don't give a shit, because I don't have any invested interest now, so it doesn't matter to me what they get. But that also doesn't incentivize me to want to bother. Because I don't feel like there's any payoff to playing 2B2T anymore. All of my friends have moved on. It's not interesting. It's not fun. I get nothing out of it. So I got no reason to bother, basically. But I'll still happily make this place. This is my magnum opus. I'm not quitting this thing until I'm done with it. This place is going to be amazing when I'm done with it. What is the radius of Space Valk 3? Or wait, Space Valk or Space Valk 3, Riolani? The first one was not that large. I can go look at it. I forget what it is. Space Valk 3's radius is 1075. But Space Valk 1, I don't know off the top of my head. Okay. Killer. Let's pick a nice frame of reference. Perfect. If you play often, then it's worth it if you think $20 is worth... No, it really isn't. I feel like that kind of money adds up too quickly. And it just... With things as they are now, I would say no. See, the problem is Housemaster or whoever is pretending to be Housemaster doesn't really care. They don't have any sort of like... They're not putting forth an effort. It's obvious they're not putting forth an effort. The server is just to make them money, you know? And the player base doesn't matter to them. People are not valuable. You know, you are a number to Housemaster. You're not a valuable player. You're not a valued customer. Because think about it. If you're running priority queue, you're offering a service. And so anyone buying priority queue is a customer, effectively. So then, why the extreme lack of care, you know? It's just so... Nah. It doesn't feel like you're gonna make a difference, and you're not gonna be treated like you're worth anything. That's the other part. Housemaster doesn't care, and he doesn't have your interests at heart. That's the other sickening part. And it's just like, then why should I bother? Thing has a face on it if you look at a certain angle. No, that's just your pareidolia acting up, Daily Dose. Iron trap doors on the top. I could see how it'll turn out. Maybe. Maybe not in, like... Not all over it. Maybe in, like, a crisscrossing pattern. To, make it look like a grate. Or a set of, like a grill. I don't know why, but that could look good. Ooh, another good idea. Thank you, Diluted Water. I like it. Yeah, why not? We'll just crisscross it entirely. Wow. Whoever's running the clown show is making enough bank, so they don't deserve the hundreds of 20s they get. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. Like, if you offer a subpar product, eventually someone's going to have to realize that it's not worth it. And in my opinion, it's just not worth it. And Housemaster doesn't care, so why should I? I've got nothing to lose. I have nothing left on 2B2T anyway. So, like, meh. I do want to... I wouldn't mind being like a fly on the wall and figuring out... Ooh, I love that. Who runs what and why and what their thought process is. I would love to know that. I'd love to be a fly on the wall. Oh, shit. A fly on the wall in like a board meeting or whatever. And just figure it all out, you know? But sadly, I don't think any of that's going to matter. And one of Housemaster's accounts was in the leak. Yeah, don't believe everything you read, Lynx. I'm fairly certain that was a cover. Okay, I kind of like that. The mass priority queue banning is probably impacting Housemaster's bottom line. Yeah, I can only hope. But at the same time, I don't think it's going to actually do much. Just because... How many thousands of people do you think it would take before banning priority accounts starts mattering? I bet it would take a few thousand. And that there are just so many people, it wouldn't be possible, or it wouldn't be practical, to really impact his bottom line. I'd be willing to bet there are far, far too many people who still play the server. But who really knows? Yeah, how many people are actually paying on a regular basis and are not on like a what is it? An auto renewal cycle, yeah. Oh, you were just quoting Fit, I see. Yeah, this is the reason not to invest in an online game. You're exactly right, MU. You are exactly correct. Let's go with Pillar. I guess we'll just do the good old H cylinder. Oh, hey, Hobbler. How's the stream been? It's been great, man. Thank you for your donation. Let's see now. We want... I guess polished. I haven't tried Blackstone in a while. What's too large? That's too large. But thank you again so much. Thank you, Hobbler. What about right here? Okay, that's not terrible. That peeks through, though. Well, I don't know. Maybe that's not terrible. Yeah, actually, I think I might keep it that way. Right about here. Yeah, that'll do it. Okay. So now, I guess just make it 150. Whatcha? Fit lies about some of his stuff to say, yeah, some of it's like, how do I put this? It's not accurate because there's a protective aspect to some of it. And by that I mean like there's forbidden information that can't be allowed to get out. And so with a lot of that, you know, Fit can't like tell every single thing, basically. I wish he could. But I know for a fact that not everything Fit tells is true because it can't be allowed to be told in its entirety. So I do give Fit some leeway on that. Some of it's things he's told in trust from other people. Some of it's just his own, you know, research. Sometimes it's just because he didn't do enough research. Other times it's because, quite honestly, no one will give him the time of day. And so, whatever little information you can get your hands on is it. That's hard. If Fit had, like, Fast Vincent or Sal C1's level of trust, you'd see an uptick in his accuracy. But some of it, again, is just not... It's not possible to tell everything. And I know for a fact the real cause of what was going on back in 2016, that's one of those things that they're never going to let it out, not publicly. So, what can you do? You do have to be willing to give some leeway and cut some slack to people who've otherwise got their hands tied. And yeah, Fit definitely has his hands tied to one degree. Oh. Let's try 20... No. 19.5. Okay. There's some air here that's open. I may end up taking this segment here, this sort of a quarter of a circle, and then turning it inverted on itself so that it better fits the profile. And then down here. Perfect. I've got exactly what I need. Tristan said he'd tell everyone everything in 2016 when 2B shuts down and the map is released. Really? I don't trust him. Color, I know, Color, you shocked, but no, I don't trust him. I don't trust him to not, like, hold back some information. Or to just simply forget about the whole thing and say, oh, I don't know, it's been too long. Yeah, I don't believe him. I mean, he may have said that at the time. But again, like, no, I don't trust him to not just cover it up anyway or forget about it. Oh, Vixels? Vixels? I don't know how to say your name, but thank you for subscribing. But yeah, I don't trust Tristan any further than I can throw him. Which is probably not terribly far. So yeah. Literally cannot remember what you did in game in 2016. Yeah, exactly. What's to say Tristan would too? Like, so much time will have passed by that point. I don't think it's gonna matter. What do I think of slave labor in Minecraft these days? What about Mojang employees? Do you mean like in reference to when I was enslaving newer players at spawn? Like, that was just a gimmick. A gag. That wasn't, like, meant to be taken seriously. You know, I'm actually surprised the number of people that legitimately thought that that was something that I did. Like, that was just a power flex. Back in the day. That wasn't, like, meant to be special. Like, notice how I never did any of that ever again. The slave labor thing. That was exclusively for the sake of the gag. Jack the owner. It was pretty funny, yeah, I admit. I was cackling to myself as I was doing it. I was like, these people will do whatever I tell them to. And then when that map... Or no, it wasn't even that map. It was like... We didn't even have slave labor for more than like a day. That was exclusively just a gag for like right then and there. I never saw any of those people ever again. So that should tell you. I wonder if they remember if any of those people are my subscribers currently, or if they even remember 2B2T back in that time. Or if they'd even have a reason to care. Okay. Pretty good. Talking about Jack enslaving Pengu on the temp map. Yes. I'm surprised you all know those people's names by heart. The amount of people who've been like, oh, it's Plat333 and Pengu. And I'm just like... I didn't even remember their names until, like, everybody kept, you know, quoting them at me. Because, like, it was just a forgettable one-off joke when I did that. Even the people in question were like, yeah, okay. They just went along with it, and then one of them logged out and tried to run off, and that was the end of it. Newt. No, I don't think that was his name. It wasn't exactly Pengu. It was like Pengu some numbers. But yeah, it was pretty funny. In Herm's comment vid on Fit, one of the comments said Baba J made some packed mule for them. Oh, yeah, I think so. I think that happened. Reaching deep into my southern root. Oh my god, dude. Hey now, whatever ancient southerners did 100+ years ago is of no concern to me. Like, I in no way endorse any of the things they may or may not have done way back in the good old Southern glory days. I say that with full irony. I do not mean that. That was exclusively You know, again, for the lulz, it was a gag. So, like, you know, nobody... I do not endorse slavery. Nobody has been slavified, ever. Not really. That's the thing, like, there's no such thing as real slavery on a place like 2B2T. Like, there's nothing you'd be able to do to someone to, like, make them stick around, you know? Like, there's nothing to stop someone from just logging out and getting on an alt and pissing off. There's nothing to stop someone from, like, making friends with another group and then having that group come out and assassinate you or attack you or something. Like, there's nothing stopping that from happening. Like, there are ample opportunities to escape because you can't stay online permanently. You gotta sleep sometime, you know? So, like, a lot of the people who were, like, quote-unquote slave labor at one point or another in 2B2T history, they were almost all doing it for tools because they were promised goods. Whether or not they actually got those items, well, you know, you really shouldn't trust people on 2B2T to give you things just because they say they'll give them to you. But, you know, everybody's got to learn that lesson sooner or later, you know. Anyway, even the people mining obsidian, they were rewarded. Yeah, a lot of them actually got something out of that. As silly as it may seem. As outlandish as it may seem. Some of those people legitimately got rewarded. I don't know, man. So yeah, it certainly is something. But, like, you can't really own someone else. Not really. It will always backfire. Okay. Now I want to sort of twist this segment. Actually, only 180. Yeah, I think I just only care about doing this 180. Now I gotta figure out how to keep this from breaking on me. Okay, I think that's good. Oh, whoa. Now we paste it. Okay, yeah, and then I have to get on that opposite end, and that should do it. Anyway, I branched off in off-color manner. What? The folks with an i6 were slaves, had good gigs, tools, gear, yeah. And that's the other thing, too. The people who worked for a group or anything like that, they were often respected for doing it. Because they didn't have to. That's the other thing. Like, if you do stuff for people and, like, they actually... And it's not half-assed work. Like, you actually try. You find that people will respect you more. Like, that shocked me when I learned that there were people who willingly volunteered for things like the slavery in, I don't know, like you said, i6. And then they were basically treated like brethren after a while. And yeah, that makes sense. Like, they actually gave their time and effort for a project that was not an easy project. Oh god, there she is again. And it added up to something. It meant something to people. And that's respectable. Here we go. So yeah, like, yeah, cat, I know. Just small correction links, Pokemon plugins. Oh. Plugins are server-side, yeah. Pokemon plugins, what am I thinking? Getting a shulker on your first day would be amazing. Yeah, it would have certainly been something, but, in my opinion, like, you shouldn't give things to people. Like, at all, for any reason. Not even to, like, entice them to work for you or anything of that nature. Like, you should really kind of just leave people at spawn alone. Unless you're going there exclusively to massacre them. Because, see, you end up creating this expectation that if I hang around at spawn, someone will just give me things. And then I don't have to give any effort to getting out. I don't have to think about it. It'll just happen. And that breeds a mentality of weakness. And you don't want that. You want people to try, you know? We all got out of spawn way back when because we tried and we made it. Oh god. Oh, the whining will begin. But yeah, so like, there's something to be said for doing it that way. It's not a bad thing to work hard and get out on your own merits, instead of letting a group of people run the show for you, or what have you. I was always annoyed by people who gave things to people at spawn for free. Because, like I said, it made it too easy for them to be preyed upon, or for them to be weak, when 2B2T demands that you be strong enough to stick around and face whatever it throws at you. And yeah, back in the day, you had to have some real strength about you to actually get anywhere on the server, and people would respect you more for having that strength. So I don't know. Times have just changed, I guess. Yeah, I'm ignoring you. I don't know why she wants out all of a sudden. Well, I can take a few good guesses, of course. I have to break all this by hand so that the selection is still maintained. Otherwise, I would just get rid of it the easy way. Alright, I hear you, I hear you. Be obnoxious as possible. I don't know about being obnoxious, necessarily. Have the honor and restraint to not go crazy on people. That was something I found would have been very helpful. And by that I mean, just because you're in an anarchy environment where there are no rules, control yourself anyway. Pretend there are rules. You don't necessarily have to, like, define them for yourself, but, like, don't be an asshat. Okay, hold on. I'll let her out. And exit the stream. There we go. That was our debut for Ellie for the day. She's gone for the next 5 minutes. Jacktherippa fit. Yeah, that was weird. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I know why he did that, but it was still weird. Where's my replace command? There we are. A reference to butter, one of the most spam... Oh, that, yeah. That was a Sky Does Minecraft thing. I never quite got that. Like, gold never looked like butter to me. I get what they were talking about, but I just never quite understood what Sky Does Minecraft meant. It never looked like butter, it looked like gold, or at least the closest approximation of gold you could make in this game. I don't know. Probably just overthinking things. Okay. Let's slab this off just so that it's sort of along the same lines as this other section. Butter is yellow, but like, I don't know. Now, the next part of the museum is quite offensive, yeah. Rip all those nice older videos. To be fair, I've had to nuke all of my stuff too, so I get it. I still have all those videos. If it's ever, like, kosher to put up offensive stuff on YouTube again, I might re-upload those videos someday. But for now, it ain't, so I'm not gonna. Maybe someday we'll get, you know, cooler heads and people won't give a shit about what you've done in the past or what people have said in the past. Is that where you started with, Mike? Well, I mean, that's correct, technically. Okay. Now, I want to... make this go out farther. I guess that'll do. When Elon Musk buys YouTube, oh my god. If they're pissing their pants about him buying Twitter, do you really think they're going to let him buy YouTube? I have a nasty feeling they're going to find some technicality or some sort of loophole to prevent him from, like, changing it. And they're going to, like, rub it in his face and just make it worthless. If I upload this video, put him on Storyfire. If that's still a thing in that point in time, I don't know. That may be too far down the road to matter. Anyway, do I hate it that I'll be remembered as a 2B2T legend? No, not really. I don't mind the fact that I enjoyed 2B2T. And I'm happy that others enjoyed 2B2T. It's annoying that the place is no longer what it once was. That it has lost pretty much all the cool stuff that made it worth playing. I would love for it to, like, go back to being fun, but I know that's not going to happen. So, you know, at the end of the day, I've moved on. I only rant about it because people keep asking me about it. And eventually, I guess enough people have gotten their fill of me ranting about it and they'll stop asking. Eventually. But who knows, that day is not today. Literally had someone ask, what was it? It was CXXIX, just like 30 minutes to an hour ago, ask why I stopped playing, and yeah. I will likely be explaining that one for a while yet. But eventually there will come a time where people stop caring. I'm just not sure when that time will be. Oh. Yeah. Stack this 10 times without it. What? Okay. Does that need to go any higher? Let's try it. Ooh, I like that. Nope. Perfect. Oh, there are 2 blocks on top. No. It doesn't evenly match into... Okay. Well, then that's just proof that I have to change this topmost block. But that's easily fixed. Okay, build limit's still that. Let's go for... quartz slabs, maybe? Yeah, I think that can work. Let's just do this the lazy way. Shit, go down 1 block closer. There we go, just shave that right off. Cool. Just don't try being nice to people. Don't beg in chat, yeah. Keeping to yourself is usually a good way to do it. Ooh, smooth quartz slabs. 20? Oh, baby. Oh, right, yeah, I had to invert this section so it won't match. Just like so. Okay. I'm liking it. Now what? Oh, I could right here. So it would be on this level. I'm going to make some spheres of air that eat into the sides a little bit, and then I'm going to coat the inner part of it. And like, I think it'll be pretty cool. So let's go right there. Oh, whoops. How large is this? 16 blocks, okay. And I need to do the other on the opposite side just so that I have it replicable. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Right there. Cool. Okay. So it's at least got to be, what, 20? Air 20. That doesn't eat in deep enough. Undo. And also, I want to preserve this ring, or this archway, rather. Because I really like how it looks, and, you know, I spent a hard enough amount of time getting this thing looking right. So I'll just copy it back in place when I get at that. Okay, so 20 is too big, or is not big enough, rather. Let's do 30. Wow, that eats way more. I hate that red grid. It ruins my ability to visualize it. But actually, that doesn't eat away as much as I was thinking. It's more of a broad... If I lowered the radius of the sphere and then went in further, I could probably gouge away less, but have it be more compact looking, so that it would be more of a... I don't know. I guess that works. Okay. Undo. Let's do... Instead of a sphere of air, let's do a hollow sphere. That way it only takes out the parts that I want. Still leaves this mostly intact, which is easy to fix. Perfect. And then I can just punch out the bit that I don't want. Punch out the bitches I don't want. That's how you have to run things in your life. You just gotta punch out the bitches you don't like. Punch out the bitches you don't want. Pop Bob is on chat, are you sure? That's Poop Boob. That's not him, El Cayman. Shame on you. No. Jack, did I see Fit made a video just to get views? Which one? Isn't that the reason all YouTubers make views? Some. But, like, I don't really care about that. You're gonna have to, like, make me... You're gonna have to pique my interest harder than that, you know? Don't talk about domestic violence. I'm scared of the hose. Or I'm scaring the hose, sorry. Well, the hose better, I don't know, watch out or whatever. It's not my fault. Oh, fuck. Domestic violence is entirely the person getting hit's fault. For being such a hoe. The new one about the archive. Ah, yeah. It was a bit grabby, you know, reachy. It was only half the truth, is the thing. So, like, I get it. But, like, eh. Actually, fuck it. I think I can just punch all this out. Jesse, play Jacktherippa stream even if it scares off the host. Okay. Oh yeah, the backdoored bedrock sphere. Yeah, that was the archive. I'm not quite sure what led to George Bush deleting it. 'Cause, like, he definitely did help them with stuff. But to what extent is still somewhat unknown. Because, like, he did get befriended by Tristan and them for a while. And they were all too happy to use him. And I think, to a degree, he didn't care that he was being used either. Because, you know, he didn't play the game. He didn't have any vested interest in any of the things going on. That shit was beneath him. So yeah, who knows? Ooh. Okay, cool. So that doesn't breach where it shouldn't. And then this connects in here like that. Cool. So yeah. Oh hey, Callum the Chaos Maker. How you been? I love how that makes a almost like a dotted line punch out of what I wanted to cover. Okay, and then flip this way. Paste without air. And that pretty well solves that. Okay. Not too bad. What were we doing tomorrow on Hardcore with Jack? I'm just making more of that, what's it? More of that spiral staircase. I'm trying to think of a good thing to do with the Wither farm. I'm gonna have to make channels for them to move through. I may even have to remove the soul sand, just so that they can all move quicker. And that way I can get them all to the spot that I want to move them to that much faster, basically. I don't know, we'll have to see. That, and I want to get more wall built. Because, you know, I want to build up the walls and make it a bit larger. There's a lot to do, honestly. Spiral staircase was cool to watch, really. Well, thank you, Snake. Or a snake. You're not the snake, you're just a snake. What song is this? Oh, let me look. It is So So Alright Raindrop. So Alright Raindrop. It's that. Oh, wait. I should probably annihilate that. There we go. Sit here. Is it normal that you're extremely confused with 2B2T history? I guess. I mean, you didn't live it like I did. So there would be, you know, it's easy to get a gap in your knowledge without realizing why. Because, like, not everybody tells the whole truth or knows the whole sequence of events. That's the other thing. You've got people like Fast Vincent and Sal who attempt to tell you everything, but may be confused on the order of events. When Alpha and I told Fast Vincent, or not Fast Vincent, Sal C1 about the two versions of Space Valk 3, he screwed up a lot because he just quite simply didn't get the order of events right. And to be fair, you know, a lot of things happened and it was very confusing, and yeah, I don't blame him for getting confused. So Alpha and I had to frequently critique and change everything he was saying because Sal just didn't have the right info. And he eventually did, because we poured over everything he wrote and made sure that it was all right, but it's just one of those things. You can't always have the right info, much as you may wish. When you don't live an event, it becomes incredibly easy when you're being told second-hand information. It becomes incredibly easy to get confused. Because you don't have, you know, context in the same way that that other person does. Oh, wait. Oh, shit, I'm doing this wrong. So yeah, don't feel bad. For example, the 26 back tour is linked to Rusher. Yeah, apparently it is, but I don't know any more than that. He was talking about the user who broke the chat rules and posted a link. Oh, shut up. No, I guess it's like real life history. We'll never know the full yeah, there's so much stuff, so much detail that will just naturally be lost to time. And there ain't a whole lot you can do about it. You just have to take it in stride and enjoy whatever it is you do get to know. I guess. Because not everybody wants to tell or share every bit of info they've got. That's another thing. Not everybody cares to let everybody know who did what. Some people enjoy keeping that info a secret. I guess to a degree that's a power trip, maybe? Not having every single aspect of your dirty laundry out there is beneficial. Definitely. Damn, I'm just now starting to realize that these ends don't quite match up. Not like I would want them to. Fuck. Okay, now I'm kind of getting it. There are no rules, just don't be annoying, yeah. This is cool. Well, thank you, Casey. I'm trying to make it, you know, as good as I can. I'm giving it the old college try. Actually, I think that's supposed to be black stone brick, or black stone polish. Or something like that. Yeah, that should be there. Okay, yeah, that's beginning to look way more uniform. Okay, so I got that. That matches that section. Alright, cool. Cool. Wait a minute. Oh, this isn't saming up like I thought it would. Oh, right, because this is where I inverted the thing. That's why... Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck, that was so close. Whew. I nearly knocked over my latte onto my keyboard. Okay, that problem's solved. Right, because I took this section and inverted it. Right, of course the ends aren't going to match up because one section is not 100% the same cylinder as the back half. So that explains that. Okay. I was trying to match these up, and that explains why I'm not getting what I thought I should be getting. Phew, okay. I thought I was going crazy. But as it turns out, I was just going... So yeah, moral of the story. Don't start going. If you think you're going crazy, don't. Stop it. Get some help. And all that jazz. Okay. I like that. Oh, wait. Why is there light here? You should not be a light. There's a really bright light source that just shouldn't be here. The fuck is it? I hate this. World Edit doesn't update some air blocks and make it reflect the correct light level it should have. Oh shit. I forgot about those. Why do you do this? Bothers me. Aggravates my autism. There we go, I killed it. Oh, but I didn't kill this one. Little bastard's in here somewhere, I can feel it. I can see it. I feel like I'm trying to chase a fly or a mosquito with a rolled up newspaper. Got it. Oh, that's so satisfying to put those lights in order. However, there's still a light source errantly placed down here. Frag. Oh, there's a Telegram bot notifies you 15 minutes before the server restarts. You can actually join without playing. Oh, really? Huh. Well, that is very convenient, but also, like, I don't know. It's a bit much. Like, I guess it's useful if you really need to get an account on or something, but... Tubi is just a waste at this point. Huh. Where is it? Oh my god, these things just irk the hell out of me. There we are, I killed it. It was an errant air block that had a light level set way too high. And it didn't update that it wasn't supposed to be so high. Okay, now then, so I've got this other side, but I think what I'm gonna do is tweak. Oh, let me repair this before I get too distracted. I'm gonna tweak the inner lining to make it look smoother. Just because I want it to be nice, and then I'll copy and rotate that and put it over there. And I think that may be the last thing I do for the night. How many likes should you get? Should I? Should? How many likes should I get on this video? I don't know, 1 million billion? I'll get whatever I get on it. I mean, I'm not worried about it, don't worry. But if you leave a like and all that other jazz, I'm happy. I'm more than content with whatever people will give me. Oh. Am I still in contact with Jared? No, he keeps getting his Discord accounts deleted. He can't seem to keep a Discord alive to save his life. Gee, I wonder why. I know he still has anger issues. And so his trolling and all that's probably going to get him banned again and again and again, just like continuously. He can't seem to like not get people in trouble, or get himself in trouble rather. Ah well. Actually, I want to try polished blackstone for these caps. Ooh, I like that better. So yeah, that's on him. If he can't keep a Discord account alive long enough for me to be able to talk to him, that ain't my fault. I've had exactly one Discord account. I've managed to keep it intact. Although that helps to not join random Discords with like dozens and dozens of people in it that you don't know. Because you never know what will suddenly be posted in there and then they just scrub everybody. Because, oh, you were part of it. You know, they do that. Unrelated comment. How do I keep the motivation to keep building? Ooh. Part of it is the pressure to perform. If I can keep this going just a little bit here and there, it helps me creatively. It gives me an outlet for the creative side of me. Basically, there are expectations that I want to meet, and people, you know, people have a desire to see this place done, and I have a desire to see this place done. And so having the idea that there's someone out there who will see this, and that, you know, maybe they don't know it yet, but they'll enjoy it, you know. I'll enjoy seeing it done. Oh, come on. I miss fast place so much. Being able to fast place as I walk was so useful. You can't click fast enough. Anyway, yeah, the motivation to keep going generally comes from me wanting to see this place done and having everybody else's hopes riding on this, basically. And that's okay. I enjoy having an audience. I want people to see some of the stuff that I've done. Like, I'm happy with that. That's part of the reason why I'd also build on 2BGT, is because I knew someone would see something that I was doing eventually. It wouldn't stay a mystery forever. So yeah, I'm just, you know, hanging on. I'll make it. I don't see a reason to quit. And I enjoy being able to just talk with you guys and throw out whatever ideas I have to just sort of, I don't know, stream of consciousness sometimes. Okay. That's a little bit better. Sure would be nice if we had some of those, you know, them fancy sideways slabs. Gosh, if only we had such a thing. It's really a shame our Mojangle overlords will just not grant us that one That one dignity. But, oh well, I guess we'll just have to make do. Okay. Okay, I like that. Was it in December? What are we talking about? Have I ever met Pop Bob? Yes, I fought Pop Bob a few times. Not really much to say about that. I picked all those fights myself. I was in over my head, though, when I fought him. I didn't realize what all he'd had on him at the time. I would have heavily reconsidered. What are you referring to, Mike? Was what in December? Pyrobite biome would cover... No. I don't think a pyrobite biome would be anything. The test server. Those first test server streams that I did were January, I want to say. It's not been that long, but it's been decently long. That sounds familiar. I could be wrong. The first 2B2TS server, yeah, I want to say that was January. Maybe it was in December. I don't fully remember. Go look at my video archives. Yeah, when I would stream it regularly. Yeah, go look at my video archives. I can't remember off the top of my head when that was, but I want to say it was January-ish. You thought that was 2 months ago? No, it was longer than that. Still winter. Yeah, it was winter. I remember that. That was like when the test server came back up on 1.18, I want to say. Time does go way too fast. Oh, I know. You get used to it as you get older. Time only goes faster the older you become. Wait until you're in your 30s like me, where every day just blinks on by, and you wonder well, I thought I had more time than this to do more things with my life. But nope. That is not how it goes. You thought it was in November. It was about 3 months ago. Yeah, that was February-ish. Late January, early February. Yeah, that sounds familiar. So yeah, I wasn't too far off the mark. You miss No Life? Yeah, I know. I wish they hadn't just suddenly stopped doing it. For whatever reason, everybody just kind of quit. I think it's because I was winning hand over fist. I really don't know. Okay. Speed this up. Oh, so close. Let's stack it 7. Anyway, wish you could play with me, but no premium. Yeah, priority is a must. It's going so fast, you don't know where you're even going. Oh, I know. You'll get used to it eventually, I guess. Okay. Now for this very centermost Nah. I think I may just keep the center clear. I really like how that looks, though. Oh wait, that may not work. I may have to manually do this. I'm regretting using smooth stuff already. It's too easy to lose track of where it is. Was I the oldest veteran from No Life? Yes. Easily. A lot of it was just because barely anyone from my era would give anyone else the time of day. Most people are very, like, they wouldn't want any part in No Life or anything like that. So yeah, I don't know. Like, the nerds wouldn't do that. That you could ask them, but they'd either not respond or they would make fun of you. What year did I stop playing 2B2T? In 2020. So it's been about 2 years now since I really, truly stopped playing. I want to say it was June 2020 is when I stopped. So it's getting close to 2 years, actually. Not quite 2. But, you know, close enough. You just kind of, you know, you blink and you miss how much time passes. I can't believe it's already been 2 years. There we go. Why am I left-handed? Yeah, no. Was XCC2 too nice for 2B2T? Yes, he really was. Whoops. I miss talking to XCC2 in chat. I hope he's doing well wherever he is, whatever he's done. Whatever crazy things he's gotten himself into. I don't really want those parts growing out. I think that's good enough. Now I've got to find a block that goes in the middle. Yeah, I guess that'll work. It may not seem like it, it may not look like it, but this gap is 2 blocks long. Or is 2 blocks large, rather. From this slab to this slab is 2 blocks long, even though it's a top slab and a bottom slab and then a block in the middle. It adds up. Wow. Crazy, isn't it? Like when I first updated to 1.16, right as soon as I quit 2B2T, what really like threw me for a loop was getting used. First of all, we had 1.13, 1.14, and 1.15 we all skipped. And so playing 1.16 And getting used to, like, you can move inside crouch slabs. And I was just like, whoa, crouching lowers your hitbox. That was just so otherworldly at the time. I couldn't, like, wrap my head around it. But, you know, I mean, it worked out. It was definitely weird. I won't lie. 'Twas very weird. Okay. About right here should be fine. Oh, wait. How many, internal things am I copying that I don't... Okay, never mind, I'm not. Like, I didn't want to get any of these pipes and then flip them because they'd just leak water everywhere and then I'd have to remove them. But it's all good. It's all good in that hood. What hood? I don't know. And there we have it. Okay, take care, Riolani. You rewatch this part of the stream when the VOD comes out? It's almost over. You're not missing anything. So yeah, I'd like to think we got quite a bit done. Even if there's still so much more to go on this one building alone. Like, I should put something on this edge here and mirror it on this edge here. And then, of course, this central tower portion is not anywhere near done. So yeah. Whoops, I'm going the wrong direction. There we go. So yeah, wow. This place is coming along well, isn't it? Yeah. Need a Fortnite biome? No, fuck off. I think that's the meme, Mike. They're just putting names for biomes. Who knows? Whatever. At any rate, I'm going to end it off here. Thank y'all for coming out. Thank y'all to those who donated. I bless you all for being so caring and generous and kind. Thank y'all for just giving me the time of day, even. And yeah, we will definitely be doing more Space Valk 3. Same bat time, same bat channel. Tomorrow will be hardcore, of course. And Wednesday will be, you know, all the usual stuff. And I will catch you all then. Y'all take care, stay safe, and have a good night. I did crack my fingers. You're welcome, Poncho Hamster. Cracking fingers ASMR. Good night, Poop Boop. It was fun, yeah. Y'all have a good one. Bye. Yeah, it didn't seem like 2 hours at all, did it, Jayhawk? I know. Though, like I said, time passes and bam, it's over. So yeah, have a good one, everybody.